welcome to the construction map by Lort. It's only 42.11 megabytes to download because there's not a lot on it, which we obviously will check out in a sec. The description there says, welcome to the construction map. Here you can let your imagination run wild and design the map according to your preferences. What is included? 2 sales stations, 3 factories, cattle dealer, shop, 6 fields, 28 purchasable areas, a farm with buildings and machines, all standard functions. So let's go and take a look at it. And here we are. This is where it starts you off in all 3 modes. This is the map. If I zoom out, that is pretty much it. So obviously these are the 6 fields as it says. We do have 2 sale points as it says. So one's over here, which is the fast food restaurant. That is next door to the animal dealer, like so. Our 3 factories are here. So we have the bakery, grain mill and oil mill, which obviously we'll check out in a second. This is going to be your sort of starting farm. So we have a farmhouse there. We have a silo, which is just a standard in-game one, and a water tank just there. We'll check all that out in a second. And then right over this side we have the shop and the second sale point, which is farmer's market. So if I zoom out again, I'm in new farmer mode, and in new farmer mode we start off with 2 sort of plots, which is this area here, which is where your main farm is, and we start off with field 5. The rest is all split up into sort of different sized areas. As you can see, you can pretty much buy all of the map, including where all these sell points are and where the 3 production chains are. The prices are a little bit steep, I must admit, and it's going to take you quite a while to build yourself up to some of them. We've got the cheapest one over here, which is 64,000 just over. Like I say, the one with the shop, that's 115,000. Let's go up to this one. That is 3.194 million. So almost 3.2 million just for that area. This one here is 1.8 million, 2.2 million, 1.7. So you can see where I'm coming from. 1.4. Some of the smaller plots, this is the one with the production chains on, 348,000. This one's 146. The one with the animal dealer and sell point is 858. And then in terms of the fields, field 3 is the sort of smallest one. That's 107. Field 4 is 237. 2 is 331,000. Field 1 is 222,000 and field 6 is 207,000. So it is a bit pricey. There's not a lot else going on. All this is sort of grassland area. Do have quite a few trees sort of surrounding the fields and our farm, and then there's a few trees around these areas, but the rest is just all open land, grassland, which we'll take a look at in a sec. So you can put your own scope on it. It's sort of following the lines of No Man's Land, so if you want something a bit different from No Man's Land, this could be for you. So first of all, here we are starting off. This is our farmhouse. As you can see, it's all pretty much the standard in-game buildings. Pretty much most of it, from what I can see, is taken from Elm Creek. So the farmhouse is just up here. We've got our sleep trigger. We'll look at all the starting equipment that you get in New Farmer in a second. Then we've got this barn, which is on Elm Creek. Most of you guys are probably familiar with it. You can go downstairs like that. You can go upstairs as well if you want, and you can get stuck as well. So if you do go downstairs, there's a little room out the back, and there's these doors that bring you back out to where we started. And then we've got this building, which again is from Elm Creek. So you've got a little sort of storage bit for vehicles. You can store things in here. Again, you can go down in under your vehicles if you want to simulate you're working on them. You can go down this way, you can go upstairs. There's not really any room up here at all, it's all full of decorative stuff. So yeah, I'm going to jump out the window, it is safe, trust me. And then moving on from there, as you can see, all these trees are dotted around our farm. We have our silo, which again is the standard in-game one. We come up to it, it is the Farmer 400 plus OB 1000. That is a 400,000 litre capacity silo. It just does basic crops, it's not a multi-fruit. Your tip in would be there, and then you'll get your pipe out for your crops there. Again, standard in-game water tank, so that is going to charge you if you use it. And then we have a huge shed up the back here. Now this is a shed that has got solar panels on it. You can't quite see if we go into build mode. So it is that shed that's got solar panels on it. So it will generate you an income as well, depending on what mode you're on. But we can go inside these doors, and then obviously all these doors open as well. And most of our equipment is inside. Do have lights, you don't need to be near a light switch, you can turn them on wherever you are stood, which is quite cool. It's quite sort of, you know, the light in here anyway. I know it's daytime, but as you can see, there is all our equipment. This one is going to be a drive through the middle section, as you can see, which is pretty cool. And we've got a track that leads out the back. There's a couple of fields there. I'll turn on the map actually. So that's field 1. We don't own that, but that is there, like so. So let's take a look at the starting equipment and the slot counts and whatnot. So in new farmer mode, which I am in now, if we go down to our garage, we start off with all this equipment. The slot count is going to be 683. Well, I was going to say out of 5,155, but I'm on PS5, so that's different if you're on PS4 or the older Xbox. So 683 the slot count. We start off with a Fendt Favorite 511C. We've got 2 medium tractors, the John Deere 4755 and the Massey Ferguson MF 3670. We've got the Deutschfar Topliner harvester, Lizard 1986 pickup you've just seen, the Valga DK115 trailer, which is 8,000 litre capacity, holds pretty much everything. Header for your harvester. We've got the Rabe small cultivator. We have got the Nordsten seeder, which is, where is it? 3 metre wide, and that will do just basic crops. Your wheat, barley, oat, canola, soybean, sorghum, oilseed radish and grass. So it's obviously a seeder. Trailer for your header, and we've got one weight there, which is a 750 kilogram weight. So that is what we start off in new farmer mode. Now we can get that slot count down. If you sell all of this equipment on here, you can get it down to 606 slots. But we can get that down even further as well, because if we go into build mode on this land, obviously providing you own it, which we do in new farmer, we can sell off all these buildings and we can get the slot count down to 507. So you can get that right down. Just be aware though, like on Elm Creek, this building here, it will leave a dip in the ground, so you'll have to do some landscaping, and so will this one, because you've got the underneath or the underground sort of section, so they will both leave holes in your ground, so you'll have to sort that out. Now I did try and buy the areas where these are, and the shop and the animal dealer, and it wouldn't let me sell any of these buildings, so I couldn't get the slot count down any further. But you can get it down to 507 slots by doing that. If you come on here in Farm Manager and start from scratch, you don't start off with any land or any equipment, and the slot count is 606, so it's the same as selling everything off in new farmer mode. And also the same again, you can get it down to 507, but you will have to buy this plot of land to be able to get rid of these buildings. So the lowest I could manage to get it down was 507. Now our field is just over there, which we will check out in a second. In terms of the sort of boundary, what we own, if I try and place down something quite small, let's say this charging station, I'm just going to give you an idea of where we sort of own our boundaries. So we've got all these trees here, so our boundaries roughly going to be there, that way. So everything to the right of us, all those trees, that is our land. And this way it's going to sort of finish about there, in line with that back of that bush. Over this way it's roughly in line with that tree line, I would imagine. So hopefully you could be able to chop those trees down. And then this side, it's pretty much in line with that field at the top of the screen, like so. So you do own quite a bit of land. And obviously field 5, which is over here, that is ready to go pretty much. It does need lime, but it's got a nice seed bed on it. I'll check it out in a second. It has been cultivated. It is pretty much ready to go. Obviously needs fertilizing as well. Right, let's grab the pickup. This won't take long to get round because, like I say, there's not a lot on here, not a lot going on. So we'll jump in the pickup. I think first of all we will visit the production chains. Now obviously there's no roads on here, so we're going to have to cut across the grassland, but that's down to you to put down your roads and whatnot. So first of all we've got the oil mill, so you could just see the hazard hatched areas where if you buy it as a production chain, that is where your pallets of oil is going to appear. But you could tip in there and use it as a sell point, because if we go into here, there isn't a lot of choice obviously of sell points. So like your wheat and barley, you're only going to be able to sell them at the grain mill, nothing else. You can't sell them at the farmer's market. Canola, olives and sunflowers you're going to be able to sell at the oil mill, which is where we are. You know, and then things like grapes and eggs and that. I think the best one is eggs, actually. It's got all the free options. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of sort of seeing where you can sell things. But then again, it's all part and parcel of the map, the idea of the map. You've got to build yourself up, plant down more sell points and whatnot. So to buy the oil mill, that's going to cost you 80,000. Now I can't remember all the base game prices for these production chains, but I'm guessing they're going to be the same. This is the grain mill, so if you own it as a production chain, that's where your pallets of flour are going to appear. And again, you can tip in there, use it as a sell point. If you want to buy this, 96,000, that is very noisy. And then moving on from here, we've got the bakery, so you obviously tip in there your wheat, barley, etc. And you can buy this one as well. That's for 50,000. What I do like is you can buy everything, all plots. So you could buy this plot and you can place down some more things. You can make this area look a lot better, putting fence lines around, etc. So this is our field. Like I say, it does need lime, bottom right hand corner. It's not been fertilised, but that won't take long. You put lime down straight away and crack on with it. So it's not in too bad a shape. We will head out to the animal dealer and first sell point, which is over here. Once we get past these sort of tree line here, we'll go this way and you'll see how much it sort of opens up. So now you can see all around, you can see the edge of the map. There's pretty much nothing out here apart from grass. And the edge of the map's been built up, sort of like rough ground. It's a bit jumpy actually, I don't know if you're noticing that. I hope that's not my internet. Right, so this is this area now. We've got our first sale point, which was the fast food restaurant, the diner. Obviously the livestock, so you'll tip in round here to sell. It is only a sale point, it's not a production chain. And then we've got our livestock market, so up here to sell, buy your animals, sorry. Obviously we don't have any barns or pastures placed down, but that is where you'll buy your animals from. There is quite a huge shed here you could use if you wanted to. And there is also a tiny little sort of shed around here. Just there you could probably lose. Can't open those doors though. But that is that area. And like I say, once you've bought these areas, you can place down more items, placeables. But with the price of some of the plots, like I said earlier, it's going to take you quite a while to build yourself up to that. But there's a ton of grass to be mowed on here. Obviously not at its full potential because it's not been fertilised, anything like that. So again, you can see the edge of the map, and it is just all open space. So we are heading over there where those buildings are, because this is the second sale point. This is farmers market and this is the shop, and that will pretty much be the end of it. You can just make out the edge down the bottom there. So farmers market, as you can see on the side of the building, your sale point tipping bit will be just there. And then, just like pretty much all the other buildings, this is the shop from Elm Creek. So you'll have your vehicle workshop just here. You come up to this icon. You can do your customization, repair, repaint, etc. Selling your vehicles from there. And then over here we've got our shop menu. Can't go inside here. And there you go. Your reset point's going to be over here as well. And if you buy anything, it will appear over here as well. But it's a very open space again, so like I keep saying, you could buy this and place down some other sheds, anything like that. But that is pretty much it. I think I've covered everything. It is open to do whatever you want to it. So that is the construction map by Lort. So I hope you have enjoyed the map tour. If you have, please give us a like, and if you haven't subscribed yet, then please do. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.